Okay, so here's another thing too, right? Why a lot of people, I think, I don't know, why I take it personally as to why you would be in a friendship and you can ask your friend for something, but they'll never ask you for something back, right? It's also how people perceive things in their life, right? How they perceive you, right? Like me, I'm real, on the normal me. I'm real like dramatic, this, that, and the third, yada yada, whatever, right? So normal people who real, you know, kind of steady, stable, right? They don't understand the life that I live, right? So they just assume because I tell you about all these different issues and problems that I have, that I don't have anything good in my life, right? Because people only perceive what they see. That's why is perception can make or break a person, right? Perception can make or break a person, a weak person anyway. People only perceive what they see. They only perceive what they see. Like it was a story that came out probably about earlier this week, and it was talking about how people, some robbers went into Marlon Wayans' house and they tried to rob him because they thought he had all this luxurious stuff in his house, right? Because he's a celebrity, he's rich, he got money. But they went in there and they didn't really find much. They didn't really find anything. They didn't leave with anything of major value. You know what I mean? They stole less than $10,000 worth of stuff because he didn't have anything, of major value in there to them. It's because of perception, right? People perceive you based off of what they see, especially if they never spend the time to actually get to know you as a person. So they never really ask you for anything because they just assume you can't or you don't, right? Like for an example, let's say that a person needed some tickets to a concert or something. But they assume because I never go out that I don't know anybody that could probably get them the tickets to the concert. So they never gonna ask me. But they could have asked me. But their perception is, oh, she don't go out, she don't know nobody. She ain't gonna do nothing. She ain't gonna she can't help me. But how you know until you ask? Perception, right? People assume because I buy clothes, I shop with like clothes. I might go to thrift stores. I might go to like little cheap stores like Rainbows, stuff like that. They assume that I shop there because I don't have any money, right? Now, granted, I may not have any money, but then in the same regard, clothes are not important. They're not of high value. They depreciate before you even buy them. You know what I mean? That's not an asset. That's a liability. So why would I spend all that money on clothes when it's already depreciating sitting there on the rack? You know what I'm saying? So they just assume like, oh, you don't have no money. You know what I'm saying? Now to be honest, it's both a blessing and a curse. When a lot of times people don't ask you for things. You know what I mean? Even though I said I take that personally, I do in my relationships. Yes, I take that very personally because I hate to be around a person that I could like be like, hey, can I have this? Can I borrow this? Can I do this? Yada yada yada, and then you don't never ask me for nothing in return because you assume, I don't have it or I can't, fulfill whatever needs you have. I don't like that. But it's also a blessing because, you know, sometimes people ask you for things and it'll cost you later on. Just I guess depending on the person that you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, growing up in the South, growing up in a community, growing up in church, growing up in a tight knit family, you know, growing up in a very close neighborhood, we ask each other for things when we need it, you know. So I take it very personally if we are friends and I'm sitting here watching my friends struggle, and you too afraid to ask me for something because of whatever stupid reason you came up with in your head. That's crazy. Me, that's not a real friendship. That's not a real relationship. Because as I refer to friendships, family relationships, work relationships, all of these are relationships, which means it's give and take. You understand what I'm saying? So if one party is constantly giving, and one party is constantly taking, and not asking for whatever it is you need in return, to me, that's not a real relationship. And it's not going to last long. And it may not end well. You understand what I'm saying? But truth be told, sometimes we do set ourselves up to be in these type of relationships. This is my last video.